important. I do want to shout out, of course. You know what? Actually, I'll do that when the bracket's done. But our top 8 has been a masterful one, and we get to see it reach its conclusion with this top 3 in the next couple of sets. Waiting in the wings of Syrup. Let's see who's going to face him. Zomba with the run back, or WebbJP will continue his loser's run.
Oh, no!
Missed it. Missed the double toss conversion, but hey, that's already a pretty good start to, and a pretty good thing to represent early in game number 1 of this set. Like, if you're representing, hey, if I nair you, you die, that's gonna put some fear into Webb.
Right, it's the fear factor that really causes players to kind of just drop the gun a little bit, kind of play much differently. It's almost like that sense of like, oh, I'm playing a top, like, you know, a top player. Nah, you're playing against a guy that knows exactly what he's doing and gets the up smash off, finally getting a good punish. And now WebbJP in a little bit of disadvantage, a little bit of a deficit as well. And this is what I was concerned about, is how is Webb gonna bring this back, because it's difficult, right? If you get hit like this to bring stuff back, you can't take as much damage as you're taking right now. Oh my god.
Yo. All right. I wanted to see something more out of that. Instead, Webb is just mixing. Unable to find the true finisher after that conversion, excuse me. Whoa! Using the jump boosted up B in order to get the distance and set up for more, but the nair clashes with the gyro.
Yeah, Gyro was like, I'm not done working for Zomba. And so it actually gets him out of that situation where he was most likely going to die. There you go. Nice. Is that an air dodge coming out of Zomba? I don't know. That looked way too stagnant for that to be just regular DI. I don't know.
Yo, the falling up air connected, but the air dodge down. Zomba active on defense, even when in hit stun, making sure to act as soon as possible and not be a training dummy for WebbJP, but sometimes you don't have a choice.
Or a butt out of these situations where you're getting comboed heavily.
Wow, the weight on R.O.B is able to make you survive just that little bit. And the tech as well. Active defense, it makes a big difference. We saw parries into up smash. We're seeing active techs. We're seeing so much from Zomba, but he just can't escape the blender.
He really can't. And it's like, what options does he even have? I mean, maybe if he has gyro, he can Z-drop it, but even so, without it, he just has to take all these hits. So it's like, it's tough for Zomba. All right, looking for that. Not gonna die, but just goes for the damage. I like that from Webb.
Back air there, though, instead of up air. The needles connect as well, and there's the sweet spot back air that he was waiting for. Finds a big conversion. Puts WebbJP in the lead. His momentum won't be stopped. He barely escapes with his life after that roll on. But hey, you're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Instead, you're just going to take that and roll. 18% might not be nothing, but every little bit of time that Zomba takes to close out the stock against Webb is just more and more data that Webb is gathering.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. That almost killed. All right, using the bouncing fish to avoid. Just get away. You have a jump.
It does, yeah. Didn't want to use his air dodge until the very last moment and finds it. Falling up air, a nice trade there from Zomba just to take minimal damage, but we are looking at max rage Sheik. That can matter if something got wrong very quickly. Something like a drag down up air into down smash conversion would get kind of spicy, but no, Webb loses his rage, doesn't lose his vibe.
Definitely not. And that added percentage that he was able to obtain while he had that stock lead is, again, paying dividends right now for WebbJP, but almost getting hit by something that Zomba had missed earlier, showing his consistency with those Z-drop nairs.
The walk away, the down tilt, reading the shield out of Webb with the grab. Zomba playing this last stock really, really well, being very, very close to the chest as the grab misses from Webb.
You can tell that something is cooking in Webb's brain. Whether or not Zomba is going to fall for it, he hasn't. So it's going to be tough for WebbJP to close out the stock if he just doesn't find a strong hit. That's all he needs. He needs that tipper down tilt into the up air, which is, again, been something he has so consistently been hitting this entire bracket.
Premier conversion there from Webb. I wonder if that up air even crossed up the eye. Let's take another look at that. Thanks to the replay, you find the down tilt center stage. Yeah, he gets like, the up air doesn't get turned around or roared during the conversion, but he does get on the awkward side of it. might be interesting to take a look at to see if what the optimal DI was. But for Webb, you take the stock, you take the game, you're moving on to game number 2 with a 1 next to your name. See if he can get 2 more, or if Zomba's able to find his way back on his premier counter pick seemingly throughout these past couple brackets. He wants to go to Hollow Bastion and make this stage his home.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's because, you know, he's in his opinion that these players don't have a lot of experience on Hollow Bastion, especially, you know, with the different blast zones, the size of the stage in general. So it's like Zomba maybe banking on inexperience from all these guys.
Could be just trying to develop his own experience on this stage. But either way, Webb has looked no worse for wear. He's just picking up where he's been leaving off every time we've watched him on stream. Just constantly flowing from one combo to the next and never letting any player rest. Like there is no hesitation and no break in the action. You better be ready to be hit or hit him in return.
Not even Jigglypuff can rest. That's a fucking move. Oh, drop top. Gets that combo.
Yeah, that's nice. And again, the center platform in Hollow Bastion, having access to it is just about everything for both players. Zomba able to play around it to perfection just as much as Webb was able to use it in his combos.
38%. A lot of work has to be put in. 68, adding another 30. All right. It's so crazy because Webb puts himself in this corner every single time, finds a way to reverse it immediately. So it's almost like he's inviting Zomba to be like, hey, come in here, like you know, a bull with the red cape. So it's like,
Zomba had the read but wasn't able to time the air dodge. Read the jump but did not read the follow-up defensive option. Instead, Webb gets to climb and tally onto this lead even more. Another trade there. Oh, that laser's rough to take instantly, basically evening up this game. Zomba's kill power is incredibly high right now as the R.O.B starts to charge up. Wow, the hurtbox shifting. High nair from WebbJP getting beaten out and anti-aired by that up tilt. Huge pickup there from Zomba to take the lead in this game number 2.
What a landing forward air to be able to avoid getting hit. Another raindrop.
Drop top.
There you go. Thank you. All right. Let's see what both these guys, they're going back and forth, but I feel like in this percentage, Zomba has the advantage simply because of his raw kill power, and that will play a big role. If Zomba just throws out a move and it kills, it's just like, dang, like at 80%, it's so scary for Webb, but he can't focus on that right now.
Yeah, at 30%, you know that Webb is going to play as brave and as brazen as he has been, adjusting his hurtbox thanks to the up tilt, finds the conversion. Just like 70% already, trying to throw out the same traps, but Zomba's trying to avoid those same situations instead. 66, Robo Beam to cover high, forcing a low recovery, but Webb's playing around it as well as he can. 75 even game reads the spot dodge drag down into up tilt, into... All right, here's me, unaware, unknown of the depths of these combos. Hi. There I was, unseen of the power that WebbJP holds in his hand, thinking the combo was going to end after the up tilt. Thinking, oh, like, all right, the nair, that conversion is dragged down. A down smash, no up tilt. Oh, then bouncing fish. Oh, no, needles, and then the bouncing fish. Just layers upon layers. How do I make needles into bouncing fish close out stocks every single time that it can? Oh, you just take it back one step at a time. What can convert into what? What can combo into what? And luckily for Sheik, every single move in her arsenal represents every other move in her arsenal.
Yeah, that's correct. And that just goes to show how crazy that frame data is. And just Webb's ability, again, when you lab this character for so long, you're kind of almost expected, right? There's a standard that people set that like, oh, you know, you're supposed to hit these. No, these are difficult. These are like perfect combos.
Yeah, but execution is just a check, and Webb has been passing it time and time again. The hard part is being able to reliably beat players like Zomba, like you know, Marvel, as we've seen him on the New Jersey PR, Jackal, Syrup, like that's the hard part. And WebbJP's passing both tests with flying colors here today. 2-0 set count here in losers finals, but Zomba once again up a stock, looking to try and hold this lead this time, though Webb is not letting him get anywhere without taking a little bit of damage, a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and it's just step by step really for WebbJP.
Conversion.
conversion indeed. And right now, Zomba, this is good percentage right now. This is percentage where Zomba knows that, hey, WebbJP now needs to play a little bit more safe, because when he doesn't, he's going to get hit by big hits like that. Okay, you're not going to die, but why didn't you die?
Yeah, not even forward smash at that percentages. You needed... We're in dash attack kill percents here if you are WebbJP, which is something that every Sheik player has to know. When does sweet spot back air kill? When does dash attack kill? Because you will encounter a position during a bracket where you're going to have to rely on one of those two really safe burst options. In that case, it was sweet spot back air to close out the stock at 190. Now Webb gets to start cooking again, but Zomba has already entered the kitchen, reading that air dodge with the back air. Finally able to get some flow into his game and some wind in his own sails.
Cooking with the gas stove with that air burner, afterburner. Oh my days.
Oh, he went for dash attack there instead of run off. Fair.
And it really comes down to what can Webb do after getting these combos. We saw earlier on that game number 2, right, where Webb was able to maximize that combo and find a kill. But when he drops these combos, is he going to overextend? Is he going to now, you know, retreat back and rethink his options? Okay, getting a little bit more damage.
Oh, gets the trip on that down tilt. Huge opportunity here for Zomba, but Webb stalls his recovery just in the nick of time.
Right. Oh, the backer not going to beat out the gyro.
Zomba looking so good in here in this game, but you got to be careful. Wow, he misses the drag down up air. Zomba's SDI and DI in general has been consistently up and away, and that's been saving his life more times than not, staying as active as he can on defense in order to avoid these true combos, but sometimes it's hard to avoid getting hit as R.O.B.
Wow. Which is crazy to think about how this character... Oh!
Another air dodge read. The fast fall air dodge was not free for Zomba, for Webb rather, as that puts Zomba on the board. Game number 1 instead of a 0 as we go to game number 4. Webb is up 2-1.
Yeah, and so Webb with a little bit of a buffer, but you can't really rely on that, you know, just that one game, or really, you know, what was before a 2-game buffer, because the adaptation from Zomba, just getting these bears off. Hey, that's what he's known for, right?
Yeah, catching Webb in a lot of disadvantaged situations and finding a back air is quintessential Zomba.
Right. That is him.
That's there he is, doing his thing. Going back to Hollow Bastion here, Webb looked very, very comfortable on this stage. Doesn't pick up the gyro.
Oh, with the air dodge, to be able to grab that gyro off of what could have been certain death, right? With that gyro combo into the roto arms. Really good.
Super late air dodge into the tech roll away.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very, very astute defense on the part of Webb, trying to make the most of it. But while the defense has been good and he's been getting back to stage, this is the part that we were missing.
Oh, constant combos with really, really good DI for Scarlet to be able to avoid getting hit by any more. Doesn't want to take as much damage as he has to, or he's forced to rather.
I wanted that forward tilt to hit on the reverse side of the hitbox. Instead, using the gyro, it disappears, allowing Zomba to spawn it back if he gets the opportunity. Oh, up tilt connects, and that is a gone Sheik. No questions about it.
Nope, not at all. Oh, and getting that nair immediately, 10%, 19 even on the board. Now, Webb's got a lot of work ahead of himself, but he has opportunities on Hollow Bastion. So let's see how much he can make off of that middle platform. Whether he has the time to, because clearly time is not in WebbJP's side.
Yeah, it's so hard to stop a Zomba who's just this aware of everything. Like he's playing offense unbelievably safe and controlled. His defense is constantly aware of what Webb had been hunting for, which is a lot of tech roll ins and tech rolls in general, not very much focused on the tech in place, which is what he got away with a little bit earlier.
You're dead here? Oh, wow. Really, really good match. Oh, using the needles to not only hit Zomba, but also kind of deflect the gyro a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to matter too much. Oh my god. Oh my god, that patience from Webb. Crazy stuff, but you're at 122%. Still so much work to do.
Gonna need something big. Looked for fair. Looked for something out of shield. The slide off is gonna let him find a conversion, which he needs, but misses the forward tilt after. But picks it up again.
Right, and that's the beauty of Sheik, is her ability. While she does miss a move, she can find other options, and the option Zomba finds in that scenario is up throw.
That was great. Hopping straight over the needle toss. Webb thinking that dash back throw needles is so safe, and typically it is. But Zomba reading that, finding something big, reading the neutral stand in order to find the robo beam, and then the jab lock into side B. Beautiful play from Zomba, who is just never going away without putting some damage onto Webb. And man, this is the type of Zomba that I was expecting to see in games 1 and 2, but took him a couple games, but he's figured out something.
Yeah, better late than never, definitely.
For
but
sure.
I think Webb has, again, the ability to bring this back on. Well, in this percentage. Oh my God, dog! What is?
Yeah, we're dribbling.
He's dribbling, all right.
NBA playoffs start today.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, Zomba, that was funny. Just seeing that happen, and I definitely could tell it's just like trying to fake out Webb, being like, this is generally nonsense that I'm doing right now, but I feel like you're not gonna do anything.
Or like, are you gonna challenge that? I'm not challenging that.
I can't challenge that.
Like, no thanks, no sir, but Webb kind of had to in that moment.
Well, we're going back.
Yeah, Webb too comfortable on this stage, and like it looks very strong in game number 2. I really like that from Webb because it's putting confidence in what he's worked on and what he puts his time into, which is practicing on stage where practicing combos on a stage where platforms are accessible. That's what he's looking to do. Fortunately, he just keeps dropping some of these combos on the platform halfway.
Right. And when Zomba does whiff something, it feels like WebbJP just isn't there in that moment. What? What?
Weird hit of forward tilt.
I hate this game.
This game is certainly weird. Reverse hitboxes are much more plenty than we initially thought. Wow, the DI down and in that time to try and catch Webb, reaching a little bit higher.
Nice forward air. Not going to get that bouncing fish off on Zomba. Not going to be able to punish it at least.
Zomba's in such a strong commanding position. The gyro goes away, but these back airs are covering so much space, and Webb wants to move, wants to flow, wants to be in that motion of the ocean, but Zomba is parting the Red Sea.
Quite right, yeah. And it's going to be difficult, right, to be able to... Oh my God. Yeah, it's just so much conditioning right now from Zomba on WebbJP. So many times has WebbJP shielded and has just been punished. And it's almost been every single scenario where he's no way that gyro.
Zomba has really attuned gyro to be Webb's worst nightmare.
Even if he wants to use it, he's like, yeah, no, it's just gonna go against you.
It's just catching Zomba. It's catching Webb in wrong places. It's where he wants to be when he's trying to convert. Here is finally a small combo where Webb was able to play without gyro for a little bit.
Oh,
here it is again. Oh, this is yeah,
big damage.
Zomba.
Yeah. Sorry, that's exactly what WebbJP needed, just to find those air dodge reads, getting those lingering nairs off to bring this back. All it takes is one conversion from both these guys. It's over. Never mind.
It was a little bit too high in terms of that nair connecting. Zomba misses attack. Needs to pull gyro here, but Webb finally back to a position where he's getting rid of gyro very, very consistently. Finds a throw there. Kind of a... Wow.
You're alive?
Almost whiffing. Not the strong hit, but it's the sour spot. Converts off the gyro yet again. It's not back yet. Oh, wow. The burst grenade bounced it back.
Okay, gets that rapid jab off. Nice stuff from Webb.
I like the pressure there from both players, but Webb has established to any sort of position to get this gyro away from Zomba and force him to play on his own. That fair barely missing. Certainly rough for Zomba to see as the fair comes down from Webb. Grabs gyro himself. Up air. Drag down.
There you go. A lifeline for WebbJP in this match.
Yeah, dropping 2 games, but finally with his first lead in 2 games. Let's see if he's able to carry it through. Maximum percent up throw. Oh, we are making sure. And it still wasn't enough without the platform.
This is why I don't trust insurance, guys. Now. Alrighty.
Wow, the jump call out.
Oh, okay.
Just 28% is not that bad, but every little bit of damage. Weak dash attack tripped.
Wrong?
Alrighty then, like some Sometimes things end up going your way. Sometimes the weird interaction paves the way for your victory. 182. The gyro connects, doesn't have bouncing fish, doesn't have a jump. Instead, the stock just drops in Zomba, ready with gyro in hand to convert, but the block string from the Webb representing it very well.
Right. No gyro in hand for Zomba as well, so just gonna charge it up. Just get it out there. I feel like that's just the right option for Zomba. You can't really, you know, go for that gyro. Whether or not Webb knows that he's gonna fish to grab it, it's up to him. Okay, disadvantage. How are you gonna land? Finally gets that nair off.
Just giving himself the space in order to throw out that nair. The percentage is high and the chase down from Webb is still there. The needles.
No, misses the punish every single time against the jab block.
Yo, even better drift. Oh, misses again. Just instead teleports the ledge. He misses the tech, but he has the jump because he landed. How many times is this gyro going to put Webb into dangerous scenarios without him learning to jab 1-2 into sour down tilt? Not the tipper, drag down, reads the tech roll and finds the down smash, but it's still not enough. He's holding steady. He's in a position of strength, but it's sour back air that time that doesn't close out the stock for Webb. He's still in his strong position. He lines it up and he spaces the sweet spot in the nick of time after some weird interactions and some crazy scrambles. Webb is the one to pick up the pieces and to turn this close set into a 3-2 his favor instead of a reverse 30.
Burst Grenade was tired of the gyro shenanigans, so he was like, yeah, I'm going to show you what I can do. Shifts Zomba's momentum and causes him to land onto stage where that back air connects. Man, I almost want to say that was lucky.
But that's why you throw it out there.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like whether he grabs ledge and forces a option and then an option early or some weird vortex shenanigans that comes from the burst grenade. Like, that's why it's there. That's why it's so good, because it functions as an amazing Oki tool. And that's like not usually a word that you use with Smash, but it's certainly one of the best way I can think to describe something like Burst Grenade, because it forces Zomba to pick an option and to live with it. And for Webb, those options become limited and ways that he can cover with just Sheik as opposed to having to cover everything. That combo was still sick. WebbJP is still sick, and he has made the losers run from, I think, like winners round 3. He was put into losers in pools, and he has won through losers, finding the run back on Seal, finding the win on Marval, finding the win on Zomba, and now he gets to finding the win on Jackal, and now he gets to play against Syrup in certainly a rough matchup. But
yeah,
WebbJP has shown that he can do it.
For him to recover there, misses the up smash, man, it's
such a scramble.
It really was.
Oh my god.
All right, this is where that side becomes in. It's like, oh wait, it's this one. Like, nah, screw you. Boom.
This set gave me heart palpitations.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. It's like I feel like my heart skipped like 50 beats. I feel like I have aged 2 years because of how much stress that had given me.